Well, good evening. I wanted to do a little follow-up on the news of the assassination of Benazir Bhutto, which, of course, is not good news either way. Uh, it essentially is going to bring about instability in Pakistan, a nuclear power, by the way, which is not a good thing. But um, from what I've seen on so far, is the emotional reaction to this assassination. And so I wanted to bring a little bit of a different perspective into it. And I'm not saying that this thing should not be seriously, but it also can't be viewed on just an emotional level alone. Obviously, this woman has been seemingly fighting for democracy in Pakistan for many, many years. She was a highly educated woman. She comes from one of the elite families in Pakistan, and she was prime minister at one point and then got ousted and went into exile in Saudi Arabia, which many of you probably didn't know. She lived there for many years and sort of shuttled in between Saudi Arabia and England. Now, the political situation, the domestic political situation in Pakistan is very difficult. And most of us Westerners, it's very hard for us to understand this. But I can tell you from my own research in terms of uh, foreign relations, foreign policy, and so on, that both Benazir Bhutto and Musharraf have basically served as U.S. puppets, or essentially the puppets of Western governments in Pakistan all along. Now, this video is hard to make because everyone is mourning for her death, and but you also have to realize that she was a strong woman. She knew what she was getting into when she went back to Pakistan. And this I would caution you on, just caution you on anything that you hear on the news these days, because there are many different opinions out there about the Bhutto family, the corruption charges. She comes from one of the elite families, traditional elite families in Pakistan, and she is not necessarily well liked by the people who live there. She has tried to fight for democracy and for the rights of women, in particular, in Pakistan, which is a very courageous stand, I might say. And of course, on that point, I am aligned with her. How could I not be? But there are also some dark sides to the Bhutto family and her regime. So people should keep that in mind when they watch these videos about Bhutto now. Another very curious thing to me is that Benazir Bhutto would not have gone back to Pakistan for the elections, to stand for the elections without U.S. support. Now, this is a tricky subject because Musharraf is no longer towing the line in terms of Bush's things on the war on terror in Pakistan and so on. And Musharraf has fallen out of favor. And the way I see it, both Musharraf and Bhutto are essentially just pawns in a much bigger scheme. and always were. And so the alliances are shifting now in favor, actually, of Benazir Bhutto because of this assassination. In the larger scheme of things, that's probably um, just a little blip on um, on the screen, because bigger things are in store. It's very unfortunate when somebody goes back to their own country, tries to get the election, and then gets a bullet in their head, so to say. But rest assured that this going back uh, and to bring about this sort of sentiment within the American public might have some ulterior motive on the part of the Council of Foreign Relations, our foreign policy, and so on, because there was a destabilizing of this, and it might just come to fruition, and that is absolutely not a good thing. And so once again, I fear that this is just another ploy by the neocons to push ahead their agenda in the Middle East, Far East region, and so on. It's difficult to say. I mean, I have no predictions at this moment, but don't take everything you see or hear on CNN for the absolute truth. I mean, you know that already. Pay attention and read up on Bhutto and her family, and of course also on Musharraf, who is a dictator, which whom we have supported. It's not as easy as it looks, so pay close attention and don't be fooled again into thinking that someone simply died for democracy and now we have to turn up the war on terrorism, the war on terror, even more than what it already has been. I would caution everyone about that. Thanks for listening.